right, you guys, let's talk about lamb. Let's talk about boneless leg of lamb. I'm super excited to teach you this amazing recipe that I made yesterday. You're gonna need a 3-pound boneless leg of lamb, half a cup of parsley chopped, half a teaspoon of paprika, 2 tablespoons of oil, salt and pepper, 2 shallots, 1 cup of red wine, half a cup of water, and 1/4 cup of honey. This lamb, by the way, is about a 3-pound lamb, and it has this netting that's really intimidating. But all you do is you take it off like this, and then you're gonna open it up, and we're gonna take off that really hard fat. And you wanna make sure that you have a really sharp knife. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit more and we'll be right back. All right, you guys, the lamb is clean and we are ready to go. So we're gonna start first with the filling. Chopped Italian parsley, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a half a tablespoon of paprika. We're gonna add some salt, mix it up, and we're just making a really, really yummy stuffing for the inside of the lamb. Now, you're gonna take your boneless lamb and you're gonna flip it over to the inside where the bone actually used to be. And then you're gonna take your parsley and you're gonna stuff it on the inside of the lamb. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna actually roll the meat back up. You're gonna place it like so. Now I'm gonna wash my hands really quick just because I have parsley all over it. And now the tricky part is we're gonna actually take the netting and we're going to put it back onto the leg of lamb. And this way it keeps it together while you're searing the meat and while it's roasting. Voila. Perfect. Next we're going to season it with a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, and we're going to move over to the stove. Time to start cooking. First we want to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Next, we're gonna light the fire underneath the pan and get that started. Get it nice and hot so we can get a good crispy outside on the lamb. Then we're gonna take our olive oil and we're gonna pour some in the middle, put it away, and get out our trusty tongs, and we're gonna put the lamb right into the pan. Now, one thing you can do to kind of protect yourself from splattering is make sure that the lamb is nice and dry. And I know we've put salt in there, but it's okay to dry it even after the salt's on. And if you want to just add a little bit more salt, you can. So once the oil is nice and hot, we're going to take, I usually start with the seam side down to give it a nice seal. So now we just wait. All right, you guys, it's looking so good and it's smelling so good. So the under part is starting to be brown and caramelized and delicious. So we're gonna go ahead and turn it and get all 4 sides if we can. And when it goes into the oven and we start glazing it with this awesome red wine and honey sauce, it's gonna get really brown and really beautiful. So the leg of lamb is almost done. What we're gonna do next, it's pretty hot. We're gonna add our shallots to the pan. And if it seems like we need a little bit more oil, just add it to the pan because you do wanna cook those shallots pretty well. And you're just gonna spread them around in the pan. Move the leg of lamb over. All right. After that, I actually turn off the fire and we're going to add red wine. And like I told you, it's going to be a cup of red wine into the bottom of the pan. I wish you could smell what's going on in my kitchen right now. The incredible thing about wine is that the alcohol cooks out at a really, really, really low temperature. So that's good for you guys. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take a 1/4 cup of honey. Then we pour it into the mixture. And I know this seems like a lot of honey, and it is actually a lot of honey, but it gives the lamb this delicious and sweet exterior that is to die for. Add it to the pan. And so now what we're going to do is we're just going to cook that a little bit, let all the alcohol cook out. And then we're going to take the lamb and we're gonna put it into the oven once the oven is at 350 degrees. Now with leg of lamb, you wanna cook it 13 to 14 minutes a pound. So because my leg of lamb is 3 pounds, I want to cook it for 40 minutes. It's a pretty good indication that it will be cooked to a beautiful medium rare. And every 10 minutes we're going to take a basting brush and dip it into the red wine and put it all over the leg of lamb. So yummy. Oh, and before I forget, we have the red wine, we have the honey, and actually you should add about a half a cup of water to the liquid as well, and that's just so it doesn't reduce so much that it burns on the bottom of the pan. It looks and it smells delicious. It's time for this bad boy to go into the oven. So first what we want to do is turn off the fire, close my child-proof knobs, of course, open up the oven, and grab the pan and slide it into the middle of the rack. Close it up, and now we wait. Baste it 2 or 3 times during the cooking process. The lamb looks delicious. Now it's time to take it out of the oven. That's it. Simple and easy. Your guests are gonna love it. A boneless leg of lamb stuffed with parsley and has a red wine honey glaze. Now, make sure you come back next time to see what else I'm cooking. Until then, read my column at Hail Mary Food of Grace.